Wednesday edition of the Carolina Weather Video for the 6th day of April, and it is a cold start to the day. As I sit here this morning and cut this video, many sites across the state of North Carolina have sub-freezing temperatures, and another freeze is likely as we get into the upcoming weekend. And also before that weekend system arrives, pretty good little shot of some rain overnight tonight. So let's get right into it here in today's video, today's edition of the video. There we go. Highs yesterday. Now this is a little bit deceptive. A lot of these high temperatures actually occurred very early in the morning. So like for instance, the Greensboro high occurred a little after midnight early on Tuesday morning. So again, these numbers are a little bit deceptive. It was a pretty cool afternoon. Most afternoon temperature readings in the 50s across the region as a whole. Now these are the 5 a.m. temperatures. Here's I cut the video this morning. The larger airport sites at or above freezing in many instances, but there's plenty of outlying locations. In fact, I think if you look at the real estate as a whole, a lot of probably 75 to 80% of the region in the Piedmont and the foothills sub-freezing this morning. We're not alone. It's pretty chilly all around the eastern part of the country, and I wanted to show you what's happening up into Canada. Look at Gillem there at 11 below zero. That is the next big shot of cold air that's working southward, and that's what we will feel as we get into the weekend. Now, there's your freeze warning, and if you do the math on that, I believe you're looking at 95 of the 100 North Carolina counties under a freeze warning early this morning. Radar imagery very quiet locally. You have some snow flying in the Great Lakes region, and then some rain along a trailing front through parts of Illinois, Kansas, and Missouri. And watch the high-resolution rapid refresh modeling here. As we get into the afternoon, you'll see this pretty good little band of rain organizing. A few thunderstorms involved, too, in Kentucky and Illinois and Indiana, down into Mississippi and Alabama. And that'll sweep into the Carolinas overnight tonight. So we will have a pretty good day Wednesday here with southerly winds cranking a bit. A lot of sunshine through most of the day. Clouds increasing very, very late in the day from the west. And then notice overnight, there comes that round of rain, maybe a few embedded thunderstorms. I think for the Charlotte and the Greensboro areas, that rain arrives after midnight and is probably gone by about daybreak tomorrow. The Futurecast modeling printing out a half, 3/4 of an inch of rain for a lot of the region. And I think that's relatively accurate. I'll stick with around a half inch or so for a lot of our rain totals overnight. Your highs this afternoon look like that, so not too bad. And then certainly much, much milder tonight. No frost or freeze issues tonight as that front swinging in from the west. Now that system departs very early tomorrow. There might be one or two renegade showers during the heating of the day up around the Virginia border areas and into the mountains, but not a big deal there for your Thursday. Thursday's temperatures don't look too bad. But here comes the next shot of cold air kind of diving in here. And due to some colder temperatures aloft making for an unstable air mass, you might have a couple of pop-up showers Friday afternoon. Again, not a big deal. And there's your Friday highs. And the cold air, the next wave of it, really takes hold as we get into Friday night and through the weekend. So there it comes, diving down through the plain states of the Midwest. And we'll really feel it around here Saturday into Saturday night. So here's your Saturday high temperatures. The modeling's backed off on the degree of cold by a little bit. I'm still going to go for highs that look like that Saturday, and then low temperatures Sunday morning. Certainly looking like another sub-freezing morning on tap. So here's what's happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere today. Your big troughs working in by this evening, driving that next cold front in here. And then following that, there's your 5,000-foot temperatures. This is not quite as cold, and it's the same story on the GFS model as well. This is the European model. So the air mass not quite as cold right now for the weekend as what it appeared on some earlier model runs, but still good enough for a freeze threat for sure. Here we go. This is the precipitation this evening until after a little bit after midnight, and then through the back half of the night, there's your round of rain rolling eastward. Very little instability to work with, so no big severe weather threat, but maybe a rumble of thunder or two. Again, Friday in the heating of the day, due to colder temperatures aloft, maybe a couple of pop-up showers, and then here comes that next area of high pressure building in. This is valid Sunday morning. So there's the GFS computer model low temperature forecast for Sunday morning. Again, that's a freeze over most of the state of North Carolina, some teens in the mountains, and then enough lingering cold air that a few folks might have a light freeze again on Monday morning. But a quick warm-up thereafter. Look at the high-pressure well offshore Monday late in the day, and the southwesterly wind well established. So by Monday, a lot of us pushing 70 for highs. And then Tuesday, Next system arrives, so I'll mention the chance of showers and a couple thunderstorms Tuesday. GFS wants to linger it into Wednesday. The European clears it out by Wednesday. We'll have to see how that plays out. But I do think by Tuesday of next week, the next chance of showers and maybe a few thunderstorms will roll on in. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.